Warning! The following show may contain strong language, as well as other content that may not be suitable for a younger audience. The show may also contain spoilers for any and all anime and manga, so please ensure you check the description below for the relevant spoiler warnings. Thanks for watching. Olga.
Hello, guys. I don't know about you, but a top hat is incredibly in fashion at the moment. I really want one. I'd be a jock if I got one at this school.
We should all wear them to the school dance.
Yeah, I'm good. Do you have a date for the school dance yet?
I do.
I'm taking my wife.
I have a date. She's my Canadian girlfriend. She's totally coming.
Oh wow. Oh, dude, did you?
Oh, my fine chaps! It's time for a right psychedelic day! Never mind! I am Sigmund, also known as Vector Sigma.
Good
New
morning,
teacher kind of scares
teacher, Professor Shoutsworth.
Do we have Mike Tubman?
Who? Sure, here.
Do we have Spike?
Here. I'm here.
Do we have Pike Hubin?
I'm the third one.
That's good. Time for some education, my fine chaps. I'm too sorry!
I knew that was coming. Alibi. Hey! Woo! We are back. I say back. To the listeners, we've not had a break because 103 came out on schedule, but to us, it's been a bit of a vacay.
Bit of a vacay.
We've had 2 weeks off, in
You're
case...
always on vacay, because your name is Vacation.
That's true. That is true. I will be honest. I kind of lived my life in a permanent vacation of procrastination for the nation. But my name is Simon Benner is Vacant, or Vacant in this time. And joining us is Professor I Do Say. If you say it quick enough, it sounds like a name. I Do Say.
This is Professor... I do say...
Oh, don't do that again. Oh, that...
Am I just like homo?
I do say. Can I try to be
just
people?
sexually aroused at least 35% of our listeners. At least.
I'm just like Peep Homo, my dream.
Manimal, I'm Pipomo.
No, she doesn't sound like that. Stop it. I would not give you $2 to hear you say my name like that.
Barry Goldman. I don't know what I'm trying to do. It's like a scared victim on the phone to the police and a Moe girl.
Sorry.
He has a gun and he wants $5,000 or he's going to blow my head off.
I was trying to do Moe and it came out more as a panicked phone call that you would hear on Crime Watch. I'm sorry.
I can't believe I'm being held hostage by V. Barry Goldman. You made Always a Critic. I don't really like any of your more recent stuff, but man, that old stuff holds up. It's kind of like Meatloaf. He hasn't done anything since Bad
Bang, 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 bang!
Oh, I can't believe I've been shot by the Barry Goldman.
Ready to review
Nothing's
your
been
own...
good since Papa.
Wow, you know, most people would probably think that, and I would fight them.
Hey, you can't listen to those Fairweather fans. Whoever that person was a jerk and had it coming to him.
Yeah.
All you guys have listened to is the Bop Bop, though.
I've listened to at least 5 or 6 tracks.
I account for one of every of the listens on your SoundCloud. So
yeah.
Don't give me that crap.
I'll stand corrected. I've listened to pretty much all of your stuff, but there's 4 or 5 that I listened to more than once. Because the Bop Bop, let's be honest, it is a killer hit.
Whatever, you're killing me.
Okay. I
Okay.
also want to say, if I've listened to it once, it doesn't count as another listen if I come back for a second pass.
Yeah.
Because Phone Call for Stelly was stuck at 68 listens for a good 3 months, and I was pissed about that.
Yeah, even if you refresh it.
Give it that extra one.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Because Bop Bop should be on about 400. I mean, I repeat that shit because it's only a minute and a half as well. So, but anyway, That's our Manimal. To his virtual left is Coryn.
Hey ho, buddies. How are you all?
We're all good. I'll always answer the question, even though it's not directed at us. I'll still answer it to this day. I'm good, thank you,
One of
Coryn.
these days I'm going to have to stop asking the question.
Yeah, you can just say, how's everyone that's not currently on this call or on the show? Sorry, we shattered the illusion. It's not just a Skype call. It's a professional podcast in a studio.
No, we're in a classroom right now.
Oh shit, yeah, we're in a classroom.
This is the radio broadcast team of the MR University.
We have 4 kids huddled in a corner, recording on an iPhone, hoping the geography teacher doesn't hear us.
Professor Iduse, is that Italian or like African? Maybe like Japanese?
Like, I do say is like, that's my British impression, is to go, I do say.
No, you said that was your name.
No, it's his full name.
Iduse.
His first name is I, his middle name is Do, and his last name is Say.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He always introduces his full name.
Oh, that is like Japanese. I do say.
Iduse, yeah.
Iduse. It does
Professor
work.
Iduse. No, it'd be Sensei Iduse Sensei, yeah. Of course it would. Anyway.
Oh, that's perfect. That's really good.
Iduse Sensei, and finally rounding out the cast, it's not unfortunately our Sensei, but to me he's a bit of a Sensei. It's Nairbons.
Hey, I'm a bit of a sensei.
Bit of a sensei, crazy old Nairbons. Because he's a sheriff in training, I don't know that to be fact yet, but I'm just assuming to go along with the MR canon.
So I applied for the police officer position.
Oh.
On the, what may be the opposite end of the moral spectrum, I also applied to a so I could be joining my buddy Vacant in the
Hey! But we can't work in a because we're all in school still. So, senpais, I'm going to ask you now, how was your week? It's been a couple
first of
weeks.
all, I have very tragic news.
Okay.
We have a sad death.
Really?
Rip Castro jokes. I think it's about time to stop. I think it's about time we put the Rip Castro jokes behind us. So, Rip Castro jokes.
Rip Castro.
Do you know that they started around this time last year? I'm pretty certain they did.
November. He died in November.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So it's time to put it to rest.
Oh, yeah.
Starting to smell a little bit.
You can't really say Rip Castro before he died. That's true.
It's been a great Weekend at Bernie's kind of dig, but Weekend at Bernie's 2 just wasn't nearly as good, right?
Yeah.
So Rip Castro jokes.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
I just read the most random headline. Sorry about that. Yeah, so how was your week? Manimal, let's start with you. Your sad news. You're hanging up the Rip Castro jokes. Can we get one more just for the hell of it? Or
wait, how was my week? Rip Castro.
Oh, there we go. Let's fucking bury that shit quickly and never mention it again.
Goldman.bandcamp.com/MagusBridge. My week was pretty normal. I did some things that were, I don't know, whatever. I just played through Halo 3, which I had a bit of a crisis because it's been 10 years almost since that game came out.
God, I had the exact same fucking crisis this weekend. God,
right? I was playing it and I'm like, holy shit, this game's 10 years old. Because even though I didn't have a 360, I felt the hype secondhand because, like, a lot of my friends are really excited, and I was too because, like, I really love to play Halo with them, even though I was terrible at it.
Yeah, and I have never had that much hype for a game in my life.
Halo 3 is honestly, like, I've never seen a game with that much excitement behind it since, Like, it was the biggest gaming event I've ever seen. And it really paid off because that game is phenomenal, and I love playing through it and everything. It's a crisis because it's when Halo 4 came out, it was 5 years after Halo 3, and now it's 5 years after Halo 4. So I'm like, oh, that's a crisis. But yeah, there's that, and we'll talk about a bit of Doom writings later, and that's about it. That's all I have to say. Actually, I had Tim's too many times this week. I ate 16 Timbits today, and I was not proud of that.
What the fuck are Timbits?
They're like
donut holes.
Yes, you told us about this. I think.
Yeah, they're leftover donuts that they roll up into balls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a lot of balls you've eaten. I was going to say, it sounds like you're a bit hyper today. Sounds like you've been on the coffee. But
yeah, well, a little bit.
Speaking of coffee, I know I'm jumping all in on the weeks here. Normally I tend to go last, but Lego isn't here to ask me about my week. Yeah. So I just want to cut in because this is the perfect segue.
How was your week, Ken?
Oh, thank you, mate. Well, before I totally forget, at the moment I am currently wired on coffee. It is 2:10 in the morning on a Monday here.
Is it the poop coffee?
It's not the poop coffee.
Did you finish the poop coffee?
I have sad times. Poop coffee's gone. But we had to make a detour at Starbucks, which was, I kind of wanted to get straight home.
An emergency detour.
But it was we were giving someone else a lift, and then they wanted to go for a coffee, and it was like, oh, for fuck's sake. It's kind of like, because you got to go, I've got to get home, and it's like, what can you possibly have planned at 1 o'clock in the morning? I need to do some serious work. I have an anime podcast that I need to be on.
I mean, the only real response is, I need to go home.
Yeah, I got shit to do, But I've got to discuss anime figurines. For God's sake, can you not put these things in perspective?
So the Mio Death Devil figure is really well molded. It has some good midriff action.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm
talking about.
Do you know a few weeks ago I learned that there's apparently a fetish for coming on anime figures and then having a blog about it?
Well, I believe it.
I definitely believe it. A fetish for everything. I don't see.
It's not that bizarre because at least it kind of makes more sense than other things.
Barry Goldman, 2017. It's not that bizarre.
It makes more sense than other things.
If we want to go into the grand scheme, humans have been coming to representational art long before we were coming to real people as masturbation things.
Those old statues that look really weird and everything.
That's true.
Look really weird? All right, I guess different strokes, huh?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Nair. I didn't mean to insult your taste.
Boy, I do love me a clay idol.
I know. Clay idols, they have their market. I didn't mean to insult. I really take it back.
Just because you're
don't tell them about
Japanese idols have these have breasts and actual discernible figures and shapes. Don't diss clay. Don't be clayist. But yeah, getting totally off track. But yeah, we went to Starbucks. We went to the drive-through, and because I am a LA white girl. I love me some pumpkin spice. I love strong coffee, but I'll be down for a latte for a pumpkin spice.
It's almost in season for pumpkin spice.
It's September.
Because I did forget to mention that Orangina season is over. So
Rip Orangina.
Rip Orangina season.
I said it as if it was someone's name. Orange Gina.
Yeah.
Fake tan accident. Let's not go there.
See it. It could be a name.
But we went there for the drive-through, and we ordered 1 latte and 2 frappuccinos. We got 3 lattes, but no one wanted to say anything. But then we were like, we ordered the frappuccinos? She did them and then said, well, you might as well take them anyway because they'll just get thrown in the bin. So I got myself 2 free lattes. Woo! But I'm having 3 pumpkin spice lattes, so that's a lot of coffee for 2 a.m.
3?
Yeah. I'm on my...
And are you going to drink all of them?
Well, yeah, they're going to go to waste.
Are you going to have a heart attack?
Nah, there's barely enough coffee. There's probably an espresso. Maybe it's starting now. The heart attack's happening. I'm going down. Espresso. I'm sure I'm turning it. When I have more coffee than I should, I turn into Sean Connery. Espresso. Likes a lot of schmilk. Anywho, yeah, so I'm having a lot of coffee, so I apologize in advance for hyperactiveness and bouncing all over the place, because we have got a packed show. We should probably mention we've got some... we maybe mention a movie because we took a week off last week. We did a pre-record. Not much happened. Just a certain Netflix movie came out that we're going to discuss later. Is
that the Cobain biopic?
It was. It was actually the that documentary on lawnmowers that we really shook the anime world to its core.
Yeah, right.
Can't wait to get to that bad boy. Lego comes in with those scythes.
Just you wait, audience. Just sit nice and tight.
Yeah, motherfuckers. We're getting to you. Not in a non-threatening way, obviously in a loving way instead, but...
I love all of you except for the ones of you that I don't like very much.
Okay. But that's no one.
Fair.
That's no one, because you love everyone. Here at the Happy Hour, we have much love to everybody out there. Well, actually, no. No, that's not true.
You should only hate people on a personal basis.
I agree. There you go. PSA. First lesson for those going back to school. Just hate people on a personal basis. Get personal with them. If their parents have died, use that against them.
And
Don't
no,
really.
no,
That's a
go,
joke.
Go back.
What? You
got
are
too far.
allowed to. You are allowed to hate them if they put toilet paper on the other side, like if they put the roll on incorrectly.
Yeah, you can hate them for that. But hating them because their parents are dead is the exact opposite lesson.
Yeah, but what if they killed their
Harry
parents?
Potter.
What if you killed their parent? What if they killed their parents? You can totally hate on them for that.
Then they shouldn't be in school. Report them to the police.
Yeah, but you know how this stupid juvie system works? They'll let kids out, and they'll let like a 5-year-old kill people, and then they'll be out in the streets.
You know, Gasai killed her parents.
Most 5-year-olds don't have malicious intent.
Didn't she? You know, Gasai killed her parents, and she went to school.
Oh man,
Yeah.
and that's based on a true story.
The laws are slightly more lenient in Japan. It's like, are you a girl? Okay, that's all right. Have you got pink hair? Oh, you've got main character hair. Oh no, that's fine. You'll be needed.
You can't put her in prison. She has to be a main character.
She's
don't
got
arrest
plot
the main
value.
characters ever.
This was the days before prison school. They didn't know they could lock him away.
They didn't know there was an appeal for that.
Do you think that the release of Prison School sort of made more Japanese males want to go to prison because they may have envisioned that prison was like that?
I hope not.
Yeah, I hope that they realize that they'd be getting the big beefy guys instead. Unless they want that, which whatever, but you know.
Can we get our research term for Joshi Life? Let's do this.
I think they would at least realize that most prisons aren't manned by all female high schools.
Yeah.
That's true. There's one out there, though, that's very popular. It's got a really long waiting list. If you can't do the time, don't. Someone else, how was your week? Anyway, sorry. Yeah, I totally derailed this. Getting back on topic. From the 2 weeks that we had, I really didn't do too much, because we've been, I might sound differently because I'm in a different location right now. We decided to do a complete overhaul and redecorate the entire house. So I've been knee deep in paint and wallpaper and all that boring adult stuff that you have to do.
What kind of wallpaper is it?
Oh, it's yellow. It's lovely.
Yellow wallpaper? That's disgusting.
It's a feature wall. I'm not talking about my wallpaper on here. It'll look nice, trust me. You'll be able to see it. I'll give you the grand
Yellow
tour.
is a terrible color for walls.
You back the fuck down and shut the fuck up. Yellow is my favorite color.
You might as well make it like friggin' green or something.
You can have a green wall.
Green wall would be stupid. You should only have blue or white walls.
I kind of agree.
In England, you can have green walls to cover up the mold.
You are retarded. Why?
Excuse me. I have blue walls and I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, my
I'm gonna have a
walls are
yellow
sort of
one.
beige, which is sort of a yellowish.
That's a white.
Yeah, beige is white.
I feel like beige is halfway between white and yellow.
It's white.
It's cream.
There's like a gajillion shades of kind of white.
Yeah. The stark
It's
white
up there
and
with
then
kind of
everything
blue.
else.
Once you get into green and yellow, that's dumb.
What about
Who
red
could
walls?
forget
What about like a
blue?
nice maroon?
No, because then it's just talking mice having adventures, and that's also dumb. He wanted to know about Redwall, and I had an opinion.
Oh.
Waka waka. Move on.
All right.
Moving on. Yeah, so hadn't had much time to do anything else other than do some writing and catching up on some manga. So started rereading Berserk from the beginning and collecting the manga this time. Catching up on Black Clover. Watching a bit of the summer season. I guess we'll go into that in a little tiny bit. Played the beta of Dissidia NT. It's fun.
Call of Duty World War II. How do you like it?
I'll get there eventually when it comes out, but Dissidia's cool. You know, it's pretty much the same as the PSP game. It's just free on free. It's fun. I'll definitely pick that up when it releases in January 2018, I think it is. That's all I can say about it. It's cool. Not because of the non-disclosure thing, it's just that I've played about 2 games and gone, yeah, that's good.
That's cool. I like it.
Yeah, that's my in-depth analysis and review of Dissidia NT.
Thank you.
What else have we done? The painting, the whole decorating and stuff has given me a good opportunity to go back and listen to loads of podcasts. So I've really been expanding my horizons in terms of anime. I've just been giving so many different ones a try.
While you were listening to stuff, did you happen to listen to verygoman.bandcamp.com/magnusbridge?
No, I only got to Always Critic, and, you know, I thought, this guy, Nah.
He's reached his prime. Why even bother?
He's peaked. He peaked after Always a Critic. I heard it mentioned once or twice last year. I don't know. It came into my subconscious. What's the new one? Magnus Bridge?
No, the new one is Aesthetic.
Aesthetic? Aesthetic.
It's not as catchy as the other one, so I don't say it.
Okay. Magnus Bridge. Magnum PI. Coryn or Nair, how was your week or weeks?
I guess I'll go.
Mm-hmm.
My week, the last couple of weeks, has been very, very busy because I've been working a hell of a lot, and it's left me pretty exhausted. So that's been the weeks for the most part. This most recent weekend was Labor Day weekend over in America, so we got Monday off.
And here too.
Yeah, in Canada.
Can someone explain to the non-American...
Labor Day is when it was, hey, everyone works a lot, so you get a day off.
You
Honor
motherfuckers.
the workers, I guess, kind of day. You guys get more holidays than we do. We already discussed this.
Yeah.
However, there are two certainties in life. No, three. Death, taxes, and Tim's will be open. And that did apply today.
Yep.
Fair enough.
So, Labor Day, I went home to my hometown, spent a couple days there. Hoped that would be more relaxing than it was. Instead, my parents made me sort through a bunch of old shit that's laying around because they're trying to make room. So I came back with a box of my old stuff. Found my high school graduation diploma.
I thought you were going to say the cap. I wanted you to just then turn the camera on and be wearing it, and it would have been cool.
Do you have your cap?
My what?
Do you have
the
your cap?
the little hat that you wear when you do graduation? You throw it in the air and go, "Yeah, freeze frame."
No, that's in my closet. I know where it is. I didn't bring it back with me. I also found I just found a bunch of other stuff, some pictures, whatnot. But I also got some writing done, which was nice.
Hey, we should mention.
I downloaded Google Docs on my phone, so that's how I was writing, which isn't too bad, but I can't use an indent, which is annoying.
That is infuriating.
It is,
just
but
hit
it
the
helped me.
space bar a couple times.
Yeah, but then it's not the true indent.
I know.
But it did help me get some things done, and it's all for a secret project.
Anything that you can tell us about or release it when we can expect it, or is it?
You can expect it in probably several months because it is a 3-way collaboration.
Coryn Saga. I can't wait for more Coryn Saga.
It's a collaboration. Are we not allowed to know who? Who with?
I will let the other collaborators reveal themselves if they wish.
Okay, can we take bets?
It's me! No, it's not. I don't know who they are.
It's me, Austin!
You can take bets. If you'd like to bet with me, I'll be fine, because I know who's going to win.
I'm thinking Lego and Manimal.
No, it's Devil, Pogo Stick, and Hope for Future.
Exactly. Manimal.
Lauren X is pleased to make her re-debut on Manga Raider.
Welcome back.
Starring in making fun of Coryn's new thing.
Do you know what, if Lauren is out there, you know, I think we used to beep the name, but Lauren was a former member on the forum that we were all on, for anyone who didn't know. If you are out there listening, Lauren, you have a vacant chair here. That's not me, I'm not the chair. A vacant chair.
You are the chair.
Vacant is the chair.
Why don't you take a seat on Vacant's lap?
I'm not saying that you can sit on me. What I meant is there is an empty seat. You are free to come on because we would love to chat to you.
Sit on down.
Well, this is inviting.
Yeah, no. Any attempt to get anyone on there, Nair is in charge of booking our guests. That's why there's no guests.
Oh.
Hey, we do have a
But yes, anyone is able to come on, provided you're willing to sit on Vacant's lap.
Oh yeah, that's the test. Not creepy at all, by the way.
It's not creepy, and you don't have to sit on the whole episode. You just need to get a good 5 minutes.
You can even hover.
I spent the first 20
staring.
episodes. For about 20 episodes, I was on there, and
everyone earns their stripes. But... You know, everyone has different varying lengths. You know, Manimal did it for a while. He wouldn't
I felt
leave.
like it was hard to get off.
Yeah, well, you didn't want to.
You'd almost say there was some sort of suction involved.
No, moving on.
Well, you know, those thighs were so smooth, but...
Some dolphin hips. No hair.
No hair. Ain't no hair in them dolphin hips. I got them little cyclist legs. I don't. They're like little caterpillars.
I like
That's
that.
even scarier.
I really
just
like
imagine
that
like you don't
description.
have legs. You just have like 1,000 little legs on the bottom half of your torso. And you're just like nosing it along.
Look at my little caterpillars.
My little pasty caterpillars that support me. Anyway, nah, how was your... Or had you not finished? Sorry, Coryn.
I'm good.
Mm-hmm. Nairbons.
I beat the Doom 2017 game. That's pretty good. I started Yakuza 0, which is really good. That's more weird storytelling. But I have... So, on my Google Chromebook, it brings back all my old tabs and bookmarks that I used on, past devices.
Yeah.
Which I started to trim down, one of which was a bookmark for different links to the complete works of Junji Ito.
Okay.
And of them, the only one that's still up and working is ladyfirst.net, which if you go to it, only has celebrity gossip news. But if you go to it through the one weird link that I got, it's the collected works of Junji Ito. Some of them are translated really well. Others, I hope it's the right one. Oh, no, that's not even the right one. I linked it. I clicked the link I gave you, and it's Duchess Camilla's early birthday.
Ah, well, that's important.
The comic that I'm reading right now says Prince William and Prince Harry will honor Princess Diana with private service, but it's not. It's about a circus that kills people.
Oh.
So I have no idea what the
politics.
fuck is going on with this website or its refusal to tell people these horror story comics.
Why has it got like a secret front?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why does it have a secret front?
That's
for
actually
the
really
horror
funny.
story?
Is it like somebody's diary of this horror story actually happened and it's going to come out in the news?
Yeah, it's hidden.
It's a bunch of scanlations, but for whatever reason, they've disguised it behind this shitty gossip site.
It's highly illegal.
It's kinda, yeah.
But no, this is like you will go to jail if you read those.
Kinda. I mean, there's a lot of gore and scary stuff in here. It's some spooky Duke stuff.
Oh yeah, gore in anime. That's it. That's what's going to send you to prison. The lowlies and stuff. No, that's fine. That's fine. But the blood. That's it. You're gone.
Yeah, there's
Goodbye.
some. I've been getting into this Junji Ito, man. Not so much some of the Dwang style dialogue.
Have you got an example?
Every short story is, I think, done by a different group. We have pieces of dialogue like, I do like supernatural things. I am going to join your club without any delay.
Oh,
okay.
Every time
Superb.
somebody mentions Duang, I always think of the doo-wop, and I just really want to see a redone version of that song.
Yeah.
It is not that bigger deal. The program is not that famous in public.
I like it.
Bad.
It's better dialogue than I
We
can
need
do.
to do a Duang episode where we all talk like that.
Okay, I'd be down for that. I could edit it that way. To just chop
why
and
is
change.
Manga Go just disguised as Lady First magazine?
That's a good disguise. You wouldn't
Maybe
expect to find it there.
Maybe they want to break into that market of Lady First, I guess, or the readers of Lady
Hear about
First.
Duchess Camille?
Yeah, Camilla.
Camilla?
Chameleon.
Camilla Parker Bowles.
Yeah, chameleon, like the entire lizard royal family.
Yeah.
What, you are
Bunch of
stepping
lizards.
on dangerous ground, my
Don't
friends.
worry, I have a
You
news
guys-
story about your
wait,
royal
wait.
family.
Wait, do you guys remember when they nuked the 2012 London Olympics and tried to cover it up?
No.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it actually happened.
Did it? Because
Yeah.
I was there at the
We're in London.
Olympics.
We saw the nuclear fallout.
Yeah, you tried to cover it up. You can't cover it up any longer. So.
Oh yeah, when you guys were there, it's just a conveyor belt of rolling storefronts that are just propped up. That's why that Nando's just looked like
That's
a
why
barn
it's
house.
really gray all the time. It's not
Okay.
'cause it's cloudy, it's because of the
Try to
nuclear
hide.
ash.
I'm going to send you this website, mangago.com. I just clicked on a random comic series.
I want you guys to hit the start reading button and tell me in the URL what the headline is hidden under ladyfirst.net.
That is some fucking six-pack that girl's got, by the way.
Oh, idols
That
have
was a
ass.
factor in why I clicked it, yes. But other
Okay.
than that, totally random.
All right.
Can I read it?
Start reading.
Yeah. www.ladyfirst.net /bizarre/ sex injuries reported due embarrassment.
Oh wait,
Bizarre-
I got a
See,
different
I
one.
got movie news, new poster trailer, Flatliners.
Oh, really?
I
I got Rihanna loving stress-free romance. Hassan Jamil.
That's what I got.
I got sport/Formula One/ Verstappen wins Horner support.
What
Wait,
is this?
wait.
This is amazing.
It's in
Wait a
German.
second. Wait a second. When I've just linked that to you, I've just taken the URL, linked it to you, and then clicked it, and it's come up with the actual news story: sex injuries not reported due to embarrassment.
Yes.
This is the most amazing thing I've
I'm so
seen.
confused.
All right, fuck the Death Note movie. We gotta get into this.
No, this is a conspiracy we have to discover.
What is going on?
This
Why
is
is
layers
lady first?
upon layers.
Guys, my headline says World/London Olympics 2012 revealed.
Right.
Although now I'm
Speaking,
kind of involved in this random comic that I drew up here that's just about a girl with a six-pack.
I like
God,
that.
it's a nice six-pack, too.
her individual like six abdominal muscles are larger than her breasts in this, which is frankly a refreshing change in most manga.
This is what canon should look like.
But they are insanely. She is ripped. That woman. She's like fucking. I don't know. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
Again, to quote Spike Spiegel, I love the kind of woman that can kick my ass.
I don't. That's terrifying. What
Because
a
you can't
terrifying
kick the
thought.
bop bop because it just bounces right back to you.
That's true. Let's move on to some news. Let's get some
What do
news.
we got for the news?
Not much, to be honest. Other than where have I just put it somewhere? I've totally just missed it.
Oh, I just found a story. London 2012. Okay.
I have a story, so...
For fuck's sake.
What's your story?
My story? Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me Google it up, find the actual article about it. There's a couple of them, so let's go. So this one is from the Mirror. And Vacant, you want to listen to this one very closely.
Okay. Oh, this is real news. This isn't anime news.
No. Girl 7 finds 4-foot sword in same lake where King Arthur was said to have hurled Excalibur, which means you have a new queen. Congratulations.
Ooh.
What?
She
A girl
found
a
the.
sword in the lake where King Arthur supposedly hurled Excalibur. And it's a big-ass sword.
She's found Excalibur, which now means that she's heir to the throne. But
Wait, is that how it works?
Yes.
because
Yeah.
Oh my
because she's
God,
only
that's
7,
badass.
I think if I get there first, I could potentially steal the sword from her and then become the heir. So
I mean,
I'm
good luck. I forget where did it say she
Okay,
was
wait.
from.
So I don't really know the history of this sword. How's it supposed to work?
The idea is that Excalibur is the magic sword that King Arthur had, right?
Yeah.
And Excalibur is supposed to ordain upon whoever holds it the divine right to rule
And that's the guy who put it in the block?
in the lake. Yes.
What about the stone?
Well, it
it's the same story.
It
There's
came
a
from a
stone
lake.
and a lake.
There's a stone and a lake because he threw it into the lake
Oh.
because the lady of the lake, he got it from the stone and then he threw it in the lake and the lady of the lake gave it back to him.
I see.
And wet women in wet lakes are no basis for a system of government.
Now, Fairly
Lady-
Odd Parents didn't teach me that part. but
Lady,
okay.
the lady in the lake was pretty pissed because she lives in the lake, and as you can imagine, if someone threw a fucking sword into your house, you'd be pretty pissed off.
Excuse me, young man. Did you
Motherfucker.
drop this?
Like, if you ever kicked a ball into an old lady's yard, it's kind of the same, but that was the medieval equivalent. It's like, listen,
I gotta
motherfucker.
say, it's a badass looking sword.
It is.
She's just running around with it in all these pictures.
It's taller than her.
It is. It's a 4-foot long sword.
Yeah, that's a fucking beast. That's pretty cool. I wonder if she gets to keep it. She would, surely she would. No one will take it from her, will they? I mean, I don't mean like she's allowed to keep it in public. Like, she can't just rock like she's fucking Cloud with a Buster Sword on her back. Or, you know, just going to school, like, come back from the 6 weeks holidays. It's like, hey, everybody. So, remember when you said that my bag looked gay? Beheading time.
Bet you didn't think I'd be queen last time you were picking on me, huh?
Yeah, motherfucker. You are now
I do
going to
like
be...
how this article ends with Matilda's dad doesn't believe the sword is actually that old, probably around 30 years. I don't think it's particularly old, he said. It's probably an old film prop.
Matilda's
I like how
dad.
It ends with a bunch of jerks in the comments.
Of course it does.
It's a piece of writing on the internet. It is gonna have some kind of.
Here's a nice story of a little girl with a sword. Oh, her dad just did that. It's a setup. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, it's like, wow, good job, guys. You totally understood the point.
Yeah, I don't think it's real. Her dad's pissing on her dreams, or he set it up to make her feel good. I don't know, but I'd like to think that it is the real sword, and we will all. Hopefully, she'll grow up to be a wise and merciful leader.
Queen Matilda.
That's a queenly name, I'll be honest.
Not a bad one.
Queen...
Very Arthurian.
Yeah, I like that. What was the other news story?
I mean, if you're a fan of the Fate series, you'd know that King Arthur was also secretly a girl.
She is Arthur's descendant.
And that
maybe.
Merlin was also secretly a girl. And that Mordred was also secretly a girl. And that
Wait, is
Attila the Hun
Merlin-
was also secretly a girl.
Is Merlin the name of
list
the Dick
goes on.
Wizard?
Emperor
Dick
Nero was
Wizard.
also secretly a girl.
The Dick Wizard was Merlin, I think. Why?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Shout out to that episode. We love
Shout out
Dick
to
Wizards.
the Dick Wizard.
I can't even remember what a Dick Wizard was.
The Dick Wizard makes you gay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I need to
Very
go
important lore. Can't believe you let that one slip by.
I
Okay.
don't remember how that came up.
At any
So-
rate, that's my news story.
It's a good news story.
I enjoyed that one. Was there another one? Did you say you had two, or?
That was it. I think Manimal has one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The London 2012. Okay, what do you got?
Jesus Christ. Not in the same episode that we fucking retired Castro jokes. London 2012 has already taken its place. For God's sake.
It was a cover-up. They nuked the Olympics. They killed the Queen and all those world leaders, and they tried to hide it from us.
But we didn't let it escape us. In terms of news, I personally have not. I've kind of been off the grid a little bit when it comes to manga and anime. The last couple of weeks, I've just been really busy with, real life and other stuff. But I have been trying to catch up with anime and the writing. There's a couple of things. I guess this isn't. It's kind of a news story. It's nothing really we can comment on, but it's a nice thing. And if anyone wants to help, then by all means. And it's Funimation. Is holding a Hurricane Harvey relief campaign. I think they've launched a GoFundMe because there's some of their animators and, their production staff at least. I think they're based in Texas, so they've been affected by it.
I almost forgot the fact that America is now terrorized by water and fire in the same week.
Uh-huh. Wait, there was a fire?
In LA.
California is always on
shit.
fire this time of year.
Yeah.
Oh, like a forest fire. Oh.
Yeah.
No, it's a pretty scary looking fire, well, from pictures.
Yeah, that's no joke.
Basically, California always goes on fire this time of year, and everything
didn't
was
know
fine
that.
until people decide to move there.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay safe, my fellow Americans, because
Long story short is, don't go to California.
Yeah.
Also, don't go to BC because it's on fire too.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you go up to the western coast, like northwest, then you're on fire. Or west, I don't know exactly where it is. Don't know if it's north. Fuck knows.
The West in general.
Hey,
If you go
if I
southeast-
go to British Columbia, am I allowed to drive on the wrong side of the road?
Yeah.
Perhaps you should ask the British Columbian authorities.
Okay. Did you know that Carly Rae was born in BC?
I didn't know that she was born.
Are you talking about, like, the
That
time?
makes- I was just going to make that joke. I didn't know that
You
she
guys don't know. Yes,
Carly Rae is forever and always.
she was made in 3 BC.
Oh, she preceded Jesus.
Cleaved
Yeah.
from stone itself.
Yeah.
Viewed with great ancient magics.
Pretty much.
She would have seen Arthur and the sword and Dick Wizards and everything.
Wait,
If only she could get some decent music. Whoa.
Her last
Honestly,
album,
don't know any of
her
her
last
songs.
album was an absolute
Sorry.
masterpiece. I will fight you behind the alleyway of KFC.
Oh, after school, yeah, we need to fight after school.
After school, because we're in the same classroom, I will meet you behind the convenience store, and I will I will wait for you to throw the first punch, so then you get suspended.
Yeah, we'll talk. Oh, we'll talk about school. We've got a lot to cover. We better hurry. We better get a move on.
Brian, you do know one of her songs. It's Call Me.
Please hold it steady.
Yeah. News-wise, that was Funimation. I've really not kept up with much. Baccarin Test, complete Blu-ray disc box set, features a new mini anime, a 2-episode OVA.
$800.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I would, that's some more. I mean, I would like more Baccarin Test. I quite enjoyed it. It was my first experience of trap humor, so that was interesting.
Ah, like the music style?
Yeah.
Yeah, trap pretty much is a genre of humor anyways.
Yeah, like the Trap House. Huh. That's pretty funny.
What I never got about that show, like Baccarin Test, okay, you've seen it, haven't you, Manimal?
No.
Oh,
I have
okay.
seen it.
Long time ago.
You've seen it, okay. Well, remember Hideyoshi? He was
Yes.
the boy who was the trap character. Not intentionally, but he just looked like a girl, so everyone treated him like a girl and made him dress like a girl.
He still wore like the male uniform.
Yeah. But then they'd always force him into like maid outfits and stuff like that, because,
Yeah, that's
lol,
true.
he's so attractive because he looks like a girl.
Yeah,
But
'cause
then-
he has a twin sister who looks exactly like.
This is what I was going to say. He has a twin sister who is him, but as a fully functioning girl, and
Yeah,
she
but
had
then you
nowhere
can't
near the
insert
attention.
yourself into the character that way.
But it was like, why did everyone bother with him? It was so
Well,
baffling.
the difference is between, because he had a certain kind of personality that was like nice and loving and adorable,
Oh yeah,
and
that's
his
true.
sister was a bitch.
She was a bit of a bitch. She was a fujoshi as well, so she was a bit crazy. That's not a knock on her, but
That's the difference, basically.
I guess that's true. I always just never. I was like, why don't they fancy him? But good show. I want to go back and watch that. It was a bit of fun.
I always enjoyed Vacant Test just because it had a weird little comical edge that most of the shows I was watching at the time didn't have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a bit different. Introduced me to some new things. But new anime, more of that, and more slice of life. I'll be happy with. That's also a school anime. We'll talk about some of them maybe later.
Hey.
I don't know. Not the best one, obviously. That's Haruhi Suzumiya, but
The best school anime is School Days.
yeah, of course. 10 out of 10. Follow School Days if you want to have a happy and long stay in high school. Let's move
Basketball
on.
Girl did nothing wrong.
School Days is an educational video about how to treat a girl.
I mean, she didn't make it, so she didn't get that right.
I mean,
Wait, Basketball Girl?
Yeah.
She made it.
Oh. Never mind.
They literally all did.
Well, perhaps my memory's a bit off.
Some of them did. Anyway,
Any rate.
we should probably move on just very quickly before we get into the main two topics, because we've got kind of two we're going to be covering. Obviously, the Death Note movie and a school talk. I don't really know where we're going with that one, but we'll see.
A little bit. That's not like a main topic.
Yeah. It's a
school
twofold.
talk on the back burner.
Yeah, we've got rear-ended... No, that's the wrong terminology entirely. Rear-ended school talk. That's not what we're doing. Before we do that now, very quickly, just what we've been watching. Either anything in general in current season. So,
I watch shows.
what did you watch?
No, now I'm just keeping up with Soccer Quest and New Game, so I caught up with those. And again, Soccer Quest, it's fun. I mean, really, it's like a 7 out of 10 series, but since there's like so many episodes, it's fun to watch every week. You see the community, you see what's up with all of them. And then New Game, this season is like not even half as good as the first season, actually. I feel like there's a lot of unnecessary drama, and it doesn't, like the first season was great because it was really fluffy and fun, but the second season is kind of lacking in that regard, actually.
Have they tried to make it a bit more serious or
Well,
gritty?
no, it's not more serious. Like, it's still fun. Like there's still like the typical I'm gonna dress you as cat maids in the last episode and everything like that, which Lego would be a fan of. But it's I don't know, it's just not as good as the first season. It's still new game, it's fun, but there's also less ecchi too, which is you give and take some. If you enter 4201 on Domino's Pizza, you get something special. Try that sometime.
Oh, okay.
4201. Try that next time you order Domino's Pizza online.
Anything else?
Just a local Canadian thing.
I don't know. But that's
Anything else that you've watched?
That's all I have to say.
Okay. You guys, Coryn, what have you been watching? Or
I haven't watched anything this week, though. Have you caught up with the sort of summer stuff you've been watching?
Kinda. I've caught up with Kakaguri.
Okay.
Boy, that escalated over the next the 3 or 4 episodes that I needed to catch up with. It was the Russian roulette girl. That turned up I wouldn't say ecchi, because it wasn't ecchi, but it was like she was begging. She says, make me, like, she was a person who craved being, like, having her life in danger. She was a psycho, and she wanted to gamble with her life, and also having someone being a master over her, so she, like, stabbed her own eye out just to be a psycho.
Christ.
That is not what I've seen in fiction.
And when
teens these days, can you believe them?
I don't.
Because they're playing like this game of Russian roulette, basically. It's like a card game, but they load these guns and throw them in this container thing. Once the main protagonist, our crazy gambler girl, who's the main character, I can't remember her name, Jabumi or something like that. She wins. I don't know, I can't remember. I think it's something like that.
Zabumi.
Anyway, she wins, and she realizes that she's like quite a callous gambler, so this girl wants to be her slave, and she literally, maybe it was the subs making it more extreme, but she's like, fuck me right now, make me come, and all this. It was a bit, I was like, Jesus, like, you know, and then the whole
watching this show.
The whole eye stabbing thing, I was like, okay, that's a bit fucking extreme.
Man, Zabumafu took a dark turn.
Yeah, I didn't know that those guys were into that. Why are they doing that to the poor lemur?
I mean, Jesus, it's enjoyable still, but it's still episodic. There's no real, like, depth to the story.
No plot?
Not really. It's more like a battle anime, like week to week. Like, she just keeps facing members of the student council.
There's a great appeal to that.
Hey, I mean, it's perfect, the seasonal thing. Week to week, you're getting that, you know, I'm really enjoying it. It's probably my favorite thing out of this summer season so far.
I was going to ask if you had caught up on either the Reflection or Chronos Rulers. Because last time we talked, you had not. God damn it.
Because I've kind of done it in a poor way where how I've written my list, and Chronos Rulers, Reflection, and Gamers are at the bottom. So I've caught up with Kakaguri.
Would you put Gamers at the bottom?
Because I just wrote it and I was half deciding. Caught up with Suraderi Children, caught up with Arho Girl. I mean, the joke of the last episode was really fun, but, you know, the joke of it's boobs. Here's boobs, guy. Do you know that this girl has big boobs? And one girl has a flat chest? Like, that joke is...
original joke. Have they even done that in an anime before?
It's starting to wear a little bit thin, because the whole focus was, this girl's got big tits in the first half, and then this girl's got no tits in the second half.
You mean that joke has never worn before Idol?
I know. But no, what I liked about Arho Girl was, it's still good. Like, it was still fun, but I was just like, okay, you've sort of used that twice now. You know, they were mixing things up. Like, you know, a German suplex to the girl. You know, that's happened before, but it was still fun. And, you know.
The little bit when the guy bonded with the dog was amazing.
That was amazing. The dog. Oh, I love that one. The dog. The beach episode where she traps the student council president, the disciplinary president in sand and then gives her a penis. Is
that was
pretty amazing.
Like gigantic too. It's like a giant, like, it looked like to me one of those, like, the background mountains in Mario Land.
Yeah, that's
like perfectly
exactly
cylindrical.
And like, then she acted all embarrassed because the guy could see it and that he touched it. I love that show. Surrey Children, I think I've got an episode to catch up with, or two. I like it. It's just fun. Nice little show. I don't want to say realistic. It's not realistic, but they sort of take a nice tone. Like, there's some elements in it, like it's all different relationships, basically. And that's the whole point. It's confessions, relationships, the kinks of relationships. So, like, you know, these two who kind of want to have sex, but, you know, they're all awkward about it, and you can hear their internal monologues, and they're like, you know, the parents are home and stuff. And it's like, oh, yeah, that's kind of the awkwardness that happens in real life, but, you know, you never see it in anime or shows, and it was funny. It come from that awkward situational... I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say. It was funny, that's what I want to say. Because it was, like I say, not real, but it wasn't realistic, but
really,
like,
it's not real? Thank you.
Shut the fuck up. Princess Principal, good. Still got the best opening of the year. Boku no Hero Academia, it's into the filler region now, so...
yeah.
You know.
Oh, there's even filler in that short of an episode length?
Yeah. I mean, not tons, but it's like sort of, oh, let's catch up with these guys, and you know immediately that it's filler, and you're like, okay, yeah, no, that's it in the manga.
A short episode length?
You meant in
episode run. Like, episode number.
I mean, what is it at?
34 now. There was 13 in the first run, and I think it's 25 to 26 in this run.
Mm-hmm. You could get filler by that point.
Yeah.
Especially because that's 2 seasons of just like normal seasons, at least. That'd be into the third.
Yeah.
It's not too bad at all.
I think it's like...
It's not like an filler arc, is it? It's just like filler
No. It's like literally, let's see what the others were doing at this time.
Why not just make a filler season?
It's like a character episode, because nobody
I would rather have
season.
like this 1 or 2 episodes is like just expanding upon what's already happening as filler than... completely going off the rails.
Good filler is hard to come by.
5 seasons of Naruto between Sasuke leaving and Shippuden starting.
Fuck,
I mean,
Naruto's
if you have
filler.
1 or 2 of Goku and Piccolo learn how to drive, that's fine. But don't give me Garlic Jr. Just
I actually skipped Garlic Jr.
I liked Garlic Jr.
I was going to say,
fine.
you were the only person I know besides myself who actually enjoyed the Garlic Jr. saga. I thought it was a nice break.
Because Goku wasn't the main... Because it was like going back to the same part. Goku wasn't there to be...
Exactly. We got to see some cool fights with Krillin and Piccolo again.
Yeah, that was awesome.
We got didn't Chi do her Kaioken?
Yeah, well, I think that was actually from the first Garlic Jr. movie.
Oh, that was
no, I never saw the movie.
I never saw the movie.
In the movie where Garlic Jr. is introduced, Chi-Chi has a fight with his, like, underlings.
Oh.
Which is pretty cool.
Oh, I need to check that out.
It's just the scene where
because at that point, Gohan can't do anything. He can't even, like, ram people.
I will take it back, because I was saying there's no good filler. Good filler is rare. I like Garlic Jr. I like the Bount arc in Bleach. That was good. I thought that was pretty decent. Got to see some captain fights. The Mayuri fight was awesome. That was about it.
Bleach had some fine ones. The first half of the Sword arc was really good.
Yeah, and then after the last 10 episodes...
The second half doesn't matter. It's unrelated, basically. They tacked it on.
Yeah.
It's like halfway you have an episode where, we won, and all the swords disappear. And then the next episode, we're back.
Yeah, all the beast swords are back. Now let's have some comedy episodes.
It's basically an arc and then some comedy episodes.
Have you guys heard that they're airing this filler series right now called Boruto or something like that?
Yeah, I've heard of Boruto.
Yeah, they had to fill airtime, so they did the same thing, but it's I don't know.
I'm personally
just know about it.
I'm just waiting for Boruto Shippuden to start.
Yeah,
can't wait till that, guys.
Boruto Bippiden.
Boruto.
Directed by Billiam.
Directed by Billy Zane.
Yeah. What else was there? Princess Principal, yeah, still good, still enjoying it. It's fine. Vatican Miracle Examiner I dropped because it was okay, but do you know when it sets up a
Francis the anime?
Well, it sets up a good premise, but then do you know when it's just like, well, that's dumb.
Poor execution.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I never actually got to start it, so meh.
It's like, I think I mentioned it to you guys, it's not a spoiler, because it was like in the first 3 episodes where, like, someone died because of a statue falling on them, and it's like a huge, giant, like, statue of Mary, and it's like, they just washed all the blood off on the fountain, like, as if you could just drag this huge fucking stone statue to a fountain on your own.
I mean,
and it's like, come on.
I've seen dumber deaths in, like, movies and shit. Because I remember there's a movie I watched, I won't get into it here, but a man was killed by a stump.
Uh-huh.
Actually, I just recently saw a live death. It was on the MTV Music Awards. There was like Katy Perry. Apparently, she's still alive, but she died on the show by trying to host it.
Spicy.
But I mean, like her first death was when she released that album Witness. That was like that was like the first limb cut off.
Yeah.
This is like the final.
Let's move on.
Old Taylor can't come to the phone right now.
Okay, that's stupid. Taylor Swift's new single is not good. Like, she's trying too hard to be edgy and milk this controversy machine. It's like, no.
Fuck Taylor Swift. Fuck music. Fuck all that shit.
Forget about it. Why does it exist?
Fuck the summer season as well. Like, that's it. Like, I am planning to catch up with Reflection and Chronos Rules in the next few days.
I did finally find a streaming site for Made in Abyss, so I'm going to give that a shot, and also Restaurant to Another World if I ever get the time and if it's good.
Yeah, let us know. Because I can't believe next week we're going to have to preview the fall season.
God damn, really?
Jiminy crickets.
Next week will be the fall season preview, so, look forward to that, guys.
And the Love Live Sunshine Season 2 preview?
No, not yet.
Because that's all it is. Haha.
I saw a biking anime you might like. Biking girls.
Like the last time that JC staff did their freaking, I don't remember what it was called.
Yeah, there's a couple of interesting ones that I might check out, but we'll go, obviously that's next week that we'll go into. Well, we've all gone through what we've been watching, haven't we?
Yeah.
But there's one thing that we all watched.
We did.
The Game of Thrones season finale. It was so good, you guys.
I watched it. Am I the only one who's up to date on Game of Thrones here?
I have watched seasons 3 and then half of season 1 in that order.
Then okay, so are you now? Did you say sorry?
Yes.
Okay. Speaking of bad screenwriting, this is what I know. This is going into spoiler territory for the Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones spoilers here, guys. I know we're taking a detour.
They've unlocked fast
very
travel
quickly.
This season. It's fine.
Everyone is making these crazy theories because they had 7 episodes rather than 10. They had 7 episodes. People are moving around at ridiculous speeds. So it's like, I've sent a raven. Next scene, the raven's arrived and help is on the way. That's one of the plot points, the crucial plot points. Everyone's making ridiculous theories about it. I'm like,
totally
just
not
accept.
Because not J.R.R. Tolkien, the other one with the 2 R's.
George R.R. Martin.
George R.R. Martin. It's not because he ran out of notes and they're just improvising off his
this is now show.
It's not that at all.
This is show material, but
they've gone off the books, over budget, and there's only so much winter in the actual year to film in, so they gotta crunch it in.
But this is the thing that's like, everyone's making these big theories to make it fit the story, when you could just much easier to go, this is not very, they've paced it poorly, and it's bad screenwriting. Why did he make this decision? Just accept that there's a flaw in the story and just move on with it. Don't spend all this time going, maybe everyone's twice the size than what's stated, therefore they can move twice as fast and all this.
There's a lot
That's
of reunions
dumb.
in the show that I appreciate them finally getting to, and a lot of meetings that are finally happening that are awesome. They've earned it. There's like 3 past seasons of just faffing about and stalling for time.
Mm-hmm.
But boy, the Arya Sansa arc took a while to do anything or mean anything. They really had to milk that for being deeper than it was.
Yeah.
Speaking of milking things for being deeper than they are,
it's
shall we get to our main subject?
Wait. Hey, guys.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I knew it was coming. Motherfucker.
All right. So before we get too deep into this, can we go around the table our metaphorical table here and get a out of 10 rating from all of you.
5 out of 10.
Anything else.
At best, it's 5 out of 10.
Off the bat, for okay, well, let's set the table properly. We're of course on about the Death Note movie from Netflix, released last week or the week before. 5 out of 10 from Manimal. Manimal, have you seen the anime or read the manga before?
Have I seen Death Note? I don't know.
Well, I don't. Just fucking say yes or no. That's the fucking question.
Have
yes.
I watched an anime before?
Sure. Yes. Okay. Manimal saying yes. 5 out of 10. Coryn, have you seen it before?
I have seen the anime and watched the manga, and I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay. Now, what are you doing?
I've read the first 3 volumes of the manga, scattered episodes of the anime, and I give the movie 7 out of 10.
Okay. I have not read the manga. I have watched the anime, and I am uncertain. I will give it I'll give it a 6 or objectively I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
5 is kind of like the neutral rating to me.
Yeah, 5 or 6. I'll go.
So, if you've been on the internet in the last 2 weeks, you know that most people do not like this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to count myself in the I like this movie category. If we have to choose, I didn't. And I have points, but I want to hear the detraction points before I go in with the positives.
Well, I'll try not to talk about what it did differently because I understand they were trying to do an American version of the thing. So obviously you don't want it to be an exact adaptation. However, it completely doesn't capture what the actual themes of Death Note are. Now, naturally, if you do an adaptation
can you
of something,
tell us what the exact themes of Death Note are?
it's a battle of 2 really smart people with clashing morals, basically. You know?
Fair enough.
And this series immediately destroys Light and L's conflict and completely eradicates any possibility that they can do anything interesting with it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought if we just pretend there's no Death Note and we just watch this movie, it was just okay. Like, there are a lot of really silly things they did with all the excessive gore and boring characters like Mia, who was basically like, you kill people, I'm cool with that, yeah, and just a lot of unnecessary drama and exposition and stuff and really weird camera work as well.
Some strange Dutch angles at times.
And a really
I'm going to say I actually really
soundtrack.
I really enjoyed the soundtrack and the camera angles, I'll be honest.
But why? Like, the soundtrack felt like it was almost...
It was forced, I felt. Yeah. I felt
Right.
like the soundtrack was like, hey, I saw Suicide Squad.
Oh,
I've seen Guardians of the Galaxy.
Because it was weird to me. Like, they had the chance, but they didn't do it. Instead, they played like
that
Chicago.
cost too much money.
Well, they never used Nirvana in anything because Cobain his corpse would just... Oh, God.
A corpse
Spinning
would
its
come back to the grave to take vengeance on us all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same with Bob Dole, as I've explained to my parents.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack
no.
here. So, I guess we've not really got like a formal discussion planned or anything. So, I suppose we'll start. Well, we've already started, but I am interested. Going into this, did you want it to be a sort of almost not scene for scene because it wouldn't be possible, but close to the original source material, or did you want something
we could pretty
completely
much
different?
Tell that as soon as you saw the trailer, so it's going to be different. And naturally, you want whoever the filmmaker is to do their own take on something, but I would say keep the central themes intact if you're going to do an adaptation of something. You know,
because I think a lot of people are having trouble with this question in particular, is because a lot of people I think are very pissed that it's not a direct translation, we'll say.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they always came out and said it's going to be an adaptation, which to me means a lot different than I think what it means to other people.
That's
They're
true.
going to take the same sort of characters and plot setup, but they're going to make it into a different kind of way, which is what I think they did pretty successfully in this. It is still, on
it's
a surface
different.
level, it's Death Note. It's got the characters, it's got the MacGuffins, but they address it from a different angle.
Okay.
True.
Which I really appreciated, because they weren't just copying it scene for scene. They were trying to do something different, and I feel like they were earnest about it the whole time.
Yeah.
The actors were earnest, the writing felt earnest, They weren't, making coy jokes about it. They were just, this is what it is. We're going to be upfront about it.
There was an effort in the movie.
There was an effort, and I would make an argument that all the actors in there, acted the hell out of it.
It was decent. I mean, they got the Naked Brothers guy to play Light, and I didn't like him at first. I thought he was delivering his lines really awkward, but he got better by the end of the movie.
Yeah.
In particular, I have to really say, I really like the guy who played L. I thought he was very good.
He did L pretty good. He got the mannerisms, but he was really nervous.
I really liked L.
I think that he did L way more nervous than L actually.
Okay.
He did a different kind of
You
L.
have to do a Western version of that kind of savant weirdo character. Yeah. He did the best job you could do without being just weird asshole.
Okay.
Because
L.
The characters of Light and L are very Japanese.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You had to translate that somehow. But though speaking of Japanese, the dude who played, it's Watashi, right?
Watari.
He was fan-fucking-tastic.
He was good. He was good, yeah.
Okay, going to the L thing, I at first thought he was really good. He captured the man, he gave you the air of he's an oddball without going full, just copying L. We had the sweet.
He was doing all the L things.
Yeah, the weird sitting, the bare feet, how he held stuff, and how he interacted, not making eye contact.
The way he waves his plastic sci-fi gun around.
Oh, that was really what kind of gun was that? Yes.
Oh no!
Yeah,
but
the sci-fi guns were weird, but I did really like them. I thought it was really fun.
The
problem with Al.
What does it shoot? What kind of bullets are in this thing?
It shoots normal bullets, but we just can't have regular guns.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that was interesting. There are a lot of weird. I felt like this movie wasn't really that nice to look at. I didn't like the colors or just the tone.
Because I did enjoy the colors actually.
Really?
Because I thought they had some nice plays with I know it's stereotypical at this point in movie making, but blues and oranges.
There was a lot of
especially the scene where they were in the diner. L. And
that was super.
I thought that was shot really well. Same with the sort of climactic scene at the Ferris wheel.
One of my favorite shots in the movie was in the trailer, and that's just L walking down the red hallway in Japan.
Oh, yeah. I thought that
was
looked kind of weird at first.
In the dance club.
The dance club.
When they were in Toronto and they had to make that one square block look like Japan.
They did their best. But yeah, something about the visuals I didn't quite like, but the actors are fine. William Dafoe did a really great
Willem Dafoe killed it. Let's all go around the table.
Dafoe was great.
I mean,
Willem Dafoe was good.
It's William Dafoe. Of course he's going to be amazing.
Ryuk looked really good in this movie.
Yeah. I would say all of the actors were fine. L was good, Light was good. In terms of their portrayal.
Lisa or Mia was good, though.
Mia was fine. She was a basic character.
Mia was okay, but she was definitely playing that specific kind of character.
Her character was incredibly bland, and she didn't even think twice about any of her actions or question anything.
She was a basic character, but that was a weakness in the writing. That wasn't a weakness in the acting.
I'll say that's no real different than Misa in the regular Death Note.
Yeah,
but you understood Misa's intentions, though.
Kinda. I understand Mia's intentions too. I feel like it might be the same thing with Kristen Stewart in Twilight. Kristen Stewart's a fine actress. Bella Swan is a terrible fucking character.
Yeah, it was the role. But Misa and Mia
handing out compliments.
Misa and Mia
seen all of what she can do.
I've seen her be fine before.
Misa and Mia are totally different characters, so that's a difference that we'd have to. Misa and Mia are two different. Totally different characters.
They're literally not even close to the same character.
Shall we? Anything else you want to say about the visuals and audio aspect, and then we'll go into the characters themselves, and we'll sort of go through the main characters.
There's that weird angle of the cop car where it's has a GoPro or something on it.
Yeah,
a lot of weird spinning. I thought that was really. And the gore looked really dumb. It was really.
I liked the gore.
I really liked it.
I did like the gore. It took me by surprise.
I don't like gore. I feel like it cheapens anything. It completely destroys any subtlety that's possible.
I'm not a gore fan, but I thought in this case it worked well because I always thought Death Note probably should have had more gore.
Yes, the reason
a series about murdering people.
Yeah, but everyone pretty much died of a heart attack. Mostly.
Well, yeah, but there were some people who died in really fucked up ways that they didn't really portray.
There were people who got hit by a car.
I appreciated it because it kind of punched home that this is a different genre.
Yes, exactly. This is what I liked about it, because if you're going to do something different with Death Note, it was the more gory, a kind of creative ways that people died, and I appreciated that. I was like, okay, they're doing something different.
You can turn the concept of somebody with a book that kills people into a horror movie very easily.
Yeah, it is a good point, because this was a horror movie. The original Death Note was more like a suspense thing.
Yeah,
it's definitely more of a thriller.
Well, you could tell the difference with Ryuk, Rye Bread. When Rye Bread first appears, instead, like in the original, Light's scared for 2 seconds, and then he's instantly like, "Oh, the demon guy, cool."
Yeah.
That is one point I had with the acting, is that the original Light was he wasn't a human person.
He was human until he picked up the Death Note.
Exactly, and then it ended, a chapter in, basically. Yeah. This Light was a very human person. He had human responses to things.
That was true, he was a bitch now. Although, again,
him screaming and freaking out when Ryuk showed up, again, was another point where I just went, oh good, I can like him.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to like Light, though. He's not a likable character.
We kind of are supposed to like him.
Let's get on to that. Let's move on then.
So
around the table.
One of the sides is at least sympathetic. You don't need to like him. You can just go, oh, that's why he went murder happy.
I guess so. That is true. Because in the original, he just starts killing people. Like, okay, that sounds good. I'm just going to kill people now.
Yeah, the original Light's just a fucking psychopath.
But that's what makes him such a good character.
That's the point.
That's not
interesting.
Right, let's
I think so.
Rather than let's all shouting over each other, let's go around the table, go through the characters. We'll be organized. We'll get our opinions out there, because everyone's got different opinions. Shut the fuck up. No, because we're just shouting it to each other now, and we're not getting anywhere. Oh, we're spinning. Light, go. Discuss Light.
Okay, we discussed Light. Again, I like Light.
We haven't discussed Light. We've just shouted stuff at each other.
Yes.
I
haven't heard.
He was a human. And contrary to what the internet was complaining about for the 2 months leading up to this, it wasn't just, ooh, I got bullied in high school kind of thing.
That's true. That's what I thought it would be. But
it was a very small part of it. I mean, the bigger thing was that his mother was murdered by a gangster who didn't get justice for it, basically.
Yeah, I like this version of Light because his dad is so goddamn cool.
Did you like
fantastic.
Did you like the mother murdering plot? Did you like that difference that his mother had been killed?
I did. I think it added a lot more to the character.
It makes sense to how Light would turn out the way he did in a case like that. It gives him motivation for like his first real kill. Well, I guess his second one, but you know.
Yeah, because he didn't know the first kill was going to work. He was just testing it explicitly, it comes out that he thought he was sleeping.
Yeah. So I guess
it is insane.
That gives him a motivation, I suppose, in that case.
It gives him more motivation. I also liked, going a bit on his dad again, how they were in the manga and anime, they're very much upper crust. His dad's like a very high-ranking detective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one, he's still a detective, but he's a lot lower on the spectrum. They're a lot lower class family, basically.
Yeah, living by the train tracks.
Have that sort of sense that he will have an idea of solidarity in his mind, that he wants to, get back at the rich upper crust.
Yeah.
Kind of ruining the world for a lot of people, hence the rich gangster.
Yeah. He was a bit, as you say, more emotional and more human, because Light was he was really popular, really good looking, and far more intelligent than anyone around him aside from Elle. They were like superhuman compared to everyone else. And he was so hyper competent in every area.
He went on like 8 dates. He had 8 dates on reserve.
Yeah. But that was his that was like what led to his god complex and narcissism.
Yeah.
This version of Light, he had a lot more human emotion, or at least he was a lot more sensitive, or showed it a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
But then he turned to killing really easily. And when he met Mia, just how he was like, oh yeah, I can kill people, by the way.
That's what I
think the thing
that was dumb.
If we can switch over to Mia a bit here, since I think we
sure.
Light.
Yeah.
Mia is a straight up psychopath. She is who Light was in the original show.
Yes.
And our Light in this movie, well, he's a teenager with raging hormones, and the hot girl wants to have sex with him. He'll say whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That does make sense. He's like, hey, baby, I can kill. You like killing? Let's kill her.
Yeah, but he didn't know that she
loves
did. This was the thing.
Hey, I have superpowers. Okay, are you gonna show me? No, they're secret. Well, then I'm out. No way, come back.
That was literally...
Because really though, because Light has nothing to lose. We understand this by when the hot girl approaches him. He has nothing to lose. He might as well try and get laid with this, and it works because she is nuts. Again, she is the original Light.
Pretty much, because she's pretty emotionless about everything.
But she
she's
just wanted to
also
kill.
Not as stupid, weird, smart as the original Light. Which
But that's what I liked.
Except for maybe L. No one is. I am so smart.
That's why I like Death Note.
That was the point, though. That's
And
what I liked
I
because
think L needs to be that smart, and it lets me, understand Light better.
Death Note
He's
is
a
a battle of...
He feels like a guy I know. I've met that guy before.
L has to be smarter than Light because he doesn't have the Death Note as a backup. So
And maybe
he
that's
has to be
my
that
problem with Death Note, the original, is that
Mhm.
it's a JoJo Part 2 series of fights with characters I don't like.
Yeah,
That was my problem with it.
fair enough.
I hated everyone.
With Mia, she wasn't. I guess she was the stand-in for Misa, but she wasn't Misa. She wasn't this doting, obsessed girl with Light and hero worshipped him, basically.
So
she was her
Misa
own
was
person.
an idol, wasn't she, in the original?
Yes.
Yeah.
She was a
Not
cheerleader.
a singing one, but a model.
She was
she
still
was a
an
model.
idol.
Yeah.
She was a celebrity, definitely, in her own right. So she had her own influence to a limited extent, and then she had her own Death Note as well. Whereas Mia was a cheerleader, but she was the lead, definitely with the killing, which I liked because in the beginning of the film, what I thought was going to happen if they were taking it in a different light was that, pardon the pun, was that Light was sort of neutral. He was unsure of this new power. He kind of wanted to use it for good, but he didn't know. And then you would have Ryuk on one side. Almost like they were almost going to be the angel and devil on his shoulder, Ryuk and Mia, sort of both of them telling him how to use it, and he was stuck in the middle between them two trying to influence him. I thought that'd be an
basically
interesting
two devils on
dynamic.
his shoulder.
But yeah, they were just doing the same thing, essentially. Ryuk was telling him to kill, when in the original Ryuk was impartial, and always
Yeah, he didn't give
was
a shit.
always impartial.
He just wanted
Yeah.
to eat apples. That was it.
Like, he was there to be entertained, which is kind of what Ryuk was here, but he was more hands-on.
Yeah, they really led us to believe that Ryuk was more evil than I think.
Well, he was just bored. He was just bored.
He was bored in the original. He was a bit more go-getter, and he did sort of lie about what was going on, or rather withhold information.
Yeah,
But I think
which
in
is
this
fine.
case, it was really a necessary expedient to the plot.
It was, okay, who saw through, it was obviously Mia who killed the agents. It wasn't
Well, because she went
It was
upstairs.
so obvious.
Yeah, like when she went upstairs and grabbed the book, she left the book. I'm like, oh, she's got a page of the Death Note in there. Sure.
And
Yeah,
they
it was
made
so
sure to
obvious.
show the notebook when she put it in her bag. What notebook?
Yeah.
But there
was like-
definitely, even after I had that realization, there was still a moment of, well, it could still be Ryuk, like fucking with him at the same time. I thought for a while there that it was both of them fucking with him.
Well, yeah, that's, like I say, I thought that was going to be
I was
the...
like, wait, rye bread doesn't kill people. What is this?
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
do lead with Ryuk does lead with the fact that the only people have tried to put his name in, and they've only gotten 2 letters in. Like, oh, he will kill people.
Yeah.
Except Ryuk's name was already in there, because someone said, don't trust Ryuk.
Well, yeah, but I don't
So
think it was
he's
on
a
the Death
liar.
Note page itself.
It was in the
He was a
rules.
motherfucking
It was
liar!
rules. I don't think those pages are magical.
That is kind
No.
of like a plot hole, isn't it? No one has written my name except for this one person who wrote my name.
Who said, don't fucking trust you, and you could have taken that page out, but I don't know.
Okay,
Well,
technically
he would have to
that
take the
guy
rest of the
did,
rules
but
out.
it was more instructions than my name.
I mean,
Yeah.
you think about it, it's like, the next guy who gets the book is like, well, I got rules 1 through 60 and then 65 through 80, but, 61 through 64
Yeah.
aren't here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sort of telegraphed a few things, like with the, I can control someone up to 2 days before. It's like, whoa, I wonder how this is going to play in.
Like the
I
old
do like how
owner
they kept
wanted to
going
tell
down
you,
the...
don't trust Ryu, and he's like, yeah, it makes sense. He's a bad character in Street Fighter. And then they add a K, and he goes, oh, I didn't expect that. You
I get it.
hooligan.
That was one of the few moments, though, in the movie where they kind of did poke fun at the
Yeah.
meta of it, Ryuk. It's pronounced Ryuk. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll allow that. You know.
He's the
anything?
avatar.
Shall we move on to Ryuk, or have you got anything else about Mia, or?
Not really.
Now I'm gonna.
And I start by saying, when we were watching the movie, I think we all collectively forgot Willem Dafoe's name, and Matt kept calling him Christopher Walken.
I kept thinking it was Christopher Walken. Just think about it. Ryuk and Christopher Walken are for each other.
Whoever writes the name in the notebook will die.
But like, I don't know if you guys have seen the live-action Jungle Book that came out a couple years ago.
No.
Yes.
Well,
Yes, I did.
King
Christopher
Louis was-
Walken does King Louis, and it's
Oh,
really not that far off of a persona of Ryuk.
Oh my God! Can you
would
please
have
do
been
more?
Christopher Walken could have done an amazing Ryuk, and it wouldn't be the straight up creepy Christopher Walken. It would have been
Well, that
creepy
just
Christopher Walken.
led to me doing different character actor voices for Ryuk.
Can I please have Morgan Freeman Ryuk, please?
We didn't do him. My favorite was Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh God! Please, what does that sound like?
I don't know I can't get enough of these apples. Also killing people. Why don't you write a few more names in that notebook, Light?
Also, Ryuk barely eats the apples in this movie. He takes like
Right?
3 bites.
Yeah,
He's wasting so much.
apples.
Like, there's so much apple he just wastes. Like, what a bastard.
Oh God, that's destroyed me. Okay, Willem Dafoe was awesome as Ryuk. I
Ryuk
agree.
also looked really good. Like, I don't know
He
if y'all...
didn't even
did.
need makeup for the man.
So I did like in the credits, getting ahead a little bit, how they had the actors like doing bloopers. They had the view.
Just the man with the little, 2 light brights in his eyes
Yeah.
to give lighting.
That was pretty good.
Oh man. Yeah, I liked how Ryuk looked.
Yeah, and
He
I do
moved
appreciate
differently.
how they had a man in a suit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I kept noticing his hands. I was like, that is not CG. That's a real dude, because I was like, his hands are weird when he's like giving him a pen and stuff. I was like,
You
ugh.
have big hands.
I was like, that's weird. And you got them Trump hands. Send your baby hands was not Ryuk on this one. But who else? Oh, of course, L. We've missed L. I need to get L off my chest, because this was the biggest point of contention for me. So, personally, I'll go subjectively and objectively. Subjectively, for me personally, what made me really enjoy Death Note was the cat and mouse chase of L and Light, and them backing each other into the corner and so on and so forth. And they were both very similar. They were superhuman. They were disconnected from. They were so far so superior to those around them that they didn't see them as equals. They really didn't register humans as equals to them, and they were impassive. They always kept the core. This L he started cool, he had the mannerisms, but then he became a whiny little bitch. He became emotional. He became the opposite of everything that L was, basically. It devolved into a gun chase, like a foot chase. And I was not down for that.
Of the big dance as his suiting an American movie.
Yeah.
But-
I just didn't like that there was this change, how they had him against the throat on the kitchen table, Light's father. I didn't like that because that showed weakness on L, and L shouldn't
that
have
was a
been
dumb
shown in a
scene.
weak
I mean,
position.
His weakness was his attachment to Atari. Or Watari.
Which is another
Okay.
plot hole, is because if he's so
Attachment, sorry.
fucking close, if he's so close to L, because in the original, Watari is obviously a code name. It's not a real name. He's an English man. Watari is an Englishman. It's a code name. Whereas in this one, it's his actual legit name, and it's like really someone of the intelligence of L, for someone who was so close to him and could potentially uncover his true identity. He's not going to have a fake name or anything. Can you really just put Watari? Is that all his name is?
I don't know if it's legitimately a plot hole. I don't know. But
That really.
I'm gonna,
They did mention that they found his full name, or at least confirmed what his actual name was at some point.
did they?
Did they?
I think I missed that. But I want to
I
take
missed
the
it too.
opposite tact on that. the thing I hated about the original Death Note is that Light and L were these godlike beings who weren't fucking human at all.
Ah,
That's what I like about
I couldn't
Death Note,
relate
honestly.
to. I couldn't relate to either of them at any point.
Yeah.
At never a point did I think, I mean, L's fine. L's a weirdo who grew up in special circumstances, but you got to relate to him a little. So I liked how
they can relate to Light's viewpoints, though. I think Light has very relatable viewpoints of wanting to.
No, look, I'm not as pro murder as you are. Apparently, Papa Yagami is my man.
You know, when
Papa
when you're young and you're just like, why don't they just kill all the criminals? They're terrible scum on the earth.
But I read Death Note in college. I knew a little bit better.
Yeah, well,
that
I was 16.
Yeah, I would have agreed with you at 16, but I was like 21.
And again, Death Note, I think, is close
now.
to a lot of people's hearts because this is a lot of people's first big boy anime.
It is. And that's the other part of my ultimate summary of this, but I'll get to that towards the end of this. But yeah, I like the fact that L was a lot more human. And Light broke a little bit after Watari died. Because it showed that he was human, and it let him have some emotion and be a person.
That's true. But that's what I think is interesting about Death Note anyway, is that they are those figures. Again, it's the two biggest minds facing off against each other. How are they going to outwit each other? Oh my god. It's that kind of thing.
It's true. But I don't know. I always thought the sort of main thing about Death Note was not necessarily the cat and mouse, but sort of Light's God complex.
That's
coming crashing down on him.
What? It's clashing morals, basically. They both think they're right. This guy's like, we're going to destroy all criminals. No one will have crime. And then they're like, wait, you're killing people. No.
That is part of it. But again, personally for me, Light's God complex and how it comes crashing down on him was always my main draw towards Death Note.
Yeah, and I think they portray that fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is probably why I like the movie more than you did.
Yeah.
Sorry, I went for a piss. Just going back to the relatability thing, because I know, obviously, me and Manimal like it, you guys didn't like it.
No, we liked it, you didn't like it.
Yeah. No, I meant
No, wait,
I
that's
meant...
right. I did hate it. Sorry about that.
No, you mean Light's viewpoint.
Yeah. In terms of relatability.
I think that a lot of people think that way, actually. Like, a lot of younger people do think that way. Of like, yeah, I'll just kill all the criminals because they're scum.
It is a lot more of a simplistic viewpoint. And I can see why you would think that, at 15, 16, when most people are reading this for the first time, at least in our generation.
Well, Light was 17 or 18, and that was the point, was like, he had the simplistic worldview.
Yeah.
That wasn't, and L came along and challenged that. But for me personally, I don't need to relate to a character necessarily, providing that I understand them. I understood Light's motives.
Can understand
I understood
why Light does what he does perfectly.
Yeah,
I think he explains it well
it's
enough.
It's a difference between having an understanding of, but then also having a true realization that this is a thing that people could come up with on just the daily.
Yeah, but he was such a
you can understand. Simon, I could explain to you quantum physics, but you're not gonna really get quantum physics. I don't really get quantum physics, and I've taken classes on it. It's like that.
But I can still relate to him.
Understand his thought process in the original anime, but it's still
but I don't need to
blown.
Yeah, but that was the point. He was so narcissistic and arrogant that he truly believed that he was right. And
if you got the Death Note, wouldn't you be like, "Hey, we're gonna destroy freaking ISIS and blah blah blah," and then that rapist in the park?
That's a different question entirely on dismantling ISIS. Let's not get into that.
And as I say, I don't need to relate. I'm not going, oh yeah, I would be tempted. I would kill criminals as well. Because you can watch all these things. I watch Dexter. I don't relate to Dexter because I'm not a serial killer. But I understood the motives and history and why, and so that's why I liked it. The original, L is borderline autistic, or I think he has Asperger's or something. Is that what everyone says? That's what they quote.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's supposed to have
not
anything
canon.
in particular. He's weird.
It's not canon, but that's what everyone says.
specifically a mental thing.
No.
Well, there definitely is in the original. Yeah.
In the original, certainly. In the original, he's certainly on the spectrum.
Yeah.
In the movie, I don't think I think he's just weird.
Yeah, he's just
That
weird
puts a
in the
whole
movie, yeah.
in Death Note, the anime, they kill a disabled character.
Oh.
Light's an asshole.
I mean, they kill L.
He probably killed a lot of disabled people.
If we're done with, are we done with characters? We wrapped up. I mean, Watari and his dad were cool, but they're sort of minor.
I think
Yeah.
for me, the original Death Note's problems is that it relied on a lot of specific morals that like Japan has that both I and I think a good chunk of the West would disagree with, in addition to girls love Light because he's kind of a jackass, but he's smart, is a bit of a stretch.
He's a cutie.
Like they're
In America,
if you wanted to
girls
do an
like him.
adaptation, you would have needed to make him like the quarterback sheriff's son, kind of all around good American kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not just, I have good grades and am aloof.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
I did like...
differences in America, yes, he doesn't have good grades. Swap that out with being super athletic.
Yeah. Unrelated, but going with Light's dad really quickly. I did enjoy him because he questioned shit, and also, as you were saying, Coryn, he wasn't like when they trashed his office. He wasn't like this really feared and respected like law enforcement officer. He was one who knew that people got away with shit, like
He was just a guy. He lived in the real world, and again, very good acting on his part. He felt
I liked his
real.
dad.
He felt like that guy. He's your dad. He's your friend's dad.
Yeah.
You've met him.
None of the acting in this movie was super top tier, but it was several steps above like Disney Channel original movie.
It wasn't terrible.
It wasn't
and that's
terrible.
what I was
as
half
you could
expecting.
say.
I was
Like I
kind
said,
of expecting that.
So much of this movie was, I think it would have been better if it was much, much worse. But as it is, it's just a pretty okay 7 out of 10. It's all right.
I think that's what it is. As hard as I tried to separate it, I see it more. It's not that I disliked it. It's that I saw, they changed things, and that's a wasted opportunity. But on the same, by the same token, it's a 37 episode series. It's a 12 volume manga. You ain't gonna get that and do it justice in an hour and 40 minutes.
It should be a
It's
TV
not done.
series. It should have been a TV series.
Yeah.
It would have been a lot better.
Yeah, definitely. Because they rushed through, like, Light and L's confrontation. That wasn't the focal point. That was not the focal point at
through
all.
his entire discovery of everything.
L was a
The whole
minor
montage.
character. It was the whole Mia is really manipulating him through, being a woman and being of his source of sex to get him to do what she wants, and she ultimately wanted to take it, which I liked.
It's true, because when you're 16, that is all you need.
Yeah, I liked that she was the one in control. Light was, as you
she
said,
very
an
much
emotional.
Light was an emotional character. He did what he
was
really
morally
wanted to do
conflicted.
early on, and then kind of carried away from him.
Yeah.
Let's
He
slow
didn't have-
this murder train down, Mia. No.
Yeah.
Let's put some coal on that murder train. Fire.
No, I don't know.
didn't-
I think we should slow down the murder train. What if I sucked your dick? More coal on the murder train.
That's basically. See, I didn't even think about that.
Can we
I didn't
kill
really-
cops? My dad is cops.
Yeah, she wanted to
Okay.
kill his own
It's like-
dad.
Because that's the real turning point in the dynamic is, oh, my dad's on there. Oh, shit. What am I going to do? I'm going to kill your dad. You're not fucking killing my dad.
Yeah.
Because Light, for all his failings, loves his fucking dad.
He's like, I'm sorry.
I respect you didn't kill your dad. Please don't kill Watari. Oh, you're killing Watari. Time for the sci-fi gun.
See, that's the other thing I liked about Light is he didn't want to kill good guys, where in Light
Yeah.
in the anime it just kind of said, fuck it, with no pomp and circumstances. Like, yeah, I'll kill anybody. Fuck you.
Well, yeah.
He just turned
because
into a
they were,
monster.
They were going
real quick.
after. That's what makes it. That's what I like about Death Note is that it becomes that way, though. That's what's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, he became that monster.
No, he always was that monster.
That's what makes it interesting.
Because
he's an interesting
he's provoked.
character.
He's provoked into it, and he goes so far over the top where he's like, no, I am the greater good, so it doesn't matter even if you're a good person. Even to the point where near the end, when his dad dies, he's more concerned with getting the name of Mello than he is with his dad actually
that's
dying.
The problem is I feel like he doesn't like ease into it. He just is it.
Probably because he had that in him the whole time.
I think it's the difference between I am the ultimate being now that I have this notebook by happenstance to I have this notebook by happenstance. We can kill ISIS.
Yeah.
North Korea's fine now. We get 2 days to manipulate people, and we can solve major
they totally
world
had like
problems.
a North Korea thing in there. They had like some guy with the hat and everything, right?
Yeah, it was topical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
They
do we
what was I
want
going
to
to say?
Go ahead.
Go on, sorry.
No, if you have a point, make it, because I'm going to sort of push us along.
No. I was going to move along.
I was going to
say.
say, we talked about the characters, and I think we kind of summed up the plot points in that point. So, I know another big point of contention with this has been the ending.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the
let's
ending
go.
sucked. It was like, goodbye, end of movie, okay.
It was a
It
cliffhanger.
was a really shitty ending because it didn't even end on like a, oh, kind of moment. It just ended.
We had L talking big game throughout the whole movie of he's not judge, jury, executioner, and then he gets the opportunity to do away with light. It is really good. I like it.
I
You
did
don't
like
know
the
what he
ending.
does or not.
Yeah, because it's ambiguous. And
Yes.
we've sort of built to this point of L sort of losing it, and we don't know what he's going to do. It's still hard to say. Because he
I
has
thought-
this weird expression on his face right at the end,
I
where
thought
you
what they
can't tell if
did-
he's become resolved or if he's finally going to do it.
What they did was fine, but the way it actually, like, on the last shot and everything, like, the way that was sequenced, I thought was really shitty, you know?
Yeah.
My
Like,
only
maybe
real
not- okay,
gripe
like-
with the ending is they started doing blooper takes in the credits a bit too fast right after that.
Right?
emotional
They did.
cliffhanger.
Then we
Yeah.
needed another minute or so to taking
Yeah.
that in, I think.
I just,
Okay,
I thought
well,
it's like they ended the movie when they went in the water, but then it just kept going. And
Yeah.
They
there's
didn't
like
end
an
it
extra
on the
scene.
right. They didn't end it on the right shot. That's what I think.
That's possible. I kind of had the same feeling. I do enjoy that it was an ambiguous sort of ending, because I like those.
Yeah.
A personal
Well, it was a
thing.
cliffhanger.
And
It's
it
left the door
also
open for
lead
more.
to maybe a second one.
Yeah,
which
potentially.
sort
Definitely.
of ties into my other point about the ending. Is
The-
they didn't kill Light or L or Light, what is there? But they didn't kill L. Now, and I want you all to remember, those of you listening who are big Death Note fans from back in the day, and this was your first anime, and you're all nostalgic for it, think back real hard and remember that the second half of the Death Note was complete bullshit because they
Yeah, it
killed
totally
L and
sucked.
replaced him with a very boring character and nothing was interesting for the second half of that manga.
Yeah, it totally sucked until like the last 2-3 episodes.
Yeah. But I would paraphrase that if they killed this version of L, it would have no great shakes because this version of L was a minor character. He was, maybe if they do a second one, he becomes to the fore, but the problem is they've already rushed that entire investigation.
Yeah, they got
he
rid of the whole
knows who Light
investigation.
is.
There's no the whole
Their
conflict. is
first,
gone.
their first meeting is he knows he's Kira. And Light doesn't do anything to
He
deny
doesn't
that.
even
He just says
try.
you've got no
He's just
proof.
like, oh, what if I was? Or I don't even.
Whereas the whole point was the whole first, 20 episodes, first half of that show to 2/3 was Light desperately proving that he wasn't, all the while trying to get L's name. When there kind of wasn't any of that in here, even though Light, L sort of knew, but Light always tried to throw him off his trail. There was all that admittedly convoluted thing where he got rid of Death Note and lost his memory so they could be on side and have the dream team
that's what
together.
Death Note sags, definitely.
Which is why
I never got that far, but that sounds really dumb.
it does.
It was
really dumb,
interesting.
but it's dumb in a good way, I think, because it's like
Yeah,
that's
it was-
so stupid, but also cool.
When he loses his memory and the whole his father's going to kill him and all that kind of stuff, that's interesting to me. I liked it. I thought it was quite
That's what I
good.
like about Death Note. They have such big, dumb plans, and they work. Like when
Yeah.
when dude jumps off the rooftop, and there's
Yeah.
they pick him up with a mattress. That's what I like. And then when Light makes this freaking ridiculous contraption with like the rubber stopper, and he hides the Death Note in like the fake drawer and everything.
Yeah, in the drawer.
Oh,
that was
don't
cool.
get me
That is
wrong.
completely
Joseph
stupid.
Joestar is still my favorite JoJo. I just hate everyone in Death Note. I like
think
big
the-
young schemes, but give me someone to root for.
Yeah.
You see, they
The
have
whole-
big dumb schemes. It just none of them are likable. But that again, I like that they ended on that point,
Yeah,
because they sort of run through the original Death Note thing with L and all that, which makes me think. Now, and I don't know how. I'm sure nobody else is hoping for this, but I hope they make a second one and just go completely off the rails with it, and do something new and different and not related so closely to the source material.
I don't even know what they can do at this point, though.
Well, they can do anything,
essentially.
Yeah.
What?
I hope they do, because...
I want to see these characters just doing something crazy. I want Elle to know that Light is, Kira, and to have this whole different dynamic that we never got to explore before.
Honestly, I want Netflix to just go and find another anime property to readapt so everyone hate watches it. Because they're making a lot of money out of spite.
Yeah. The good thing is the original Death Note is also on Netflix, so hopefully those who, if you're disappointed, it's still there. You can still do it. But going back to the climax of the movie, if you will, is that they are at the school ball, they've killed Watari.
Yeah, let's know how stupid the top hat is. It's dumb.
That's such a good little misdirection.
Here's the question. If anyone watched the old live-action versions, the random Asian guy that Light puts a hat on and then later comes back and pushes out of the way, is he from one of the older Death Notes, or is that actually just some guy?
I don't actually know. It's been
no
so
idea.
long since I watched the original Death Note live actions, and my screen just went black, so I can't. I'll look it up. Let me get it on my phone. But it's been so long, I don't remember.
Cool to see Masai Oka still doing stuff after Heroes.
Yeah, he was in there.
There was a little cameo of him.
I
that
mean,
was
he
cool.
was one of the producers, I think.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole climax is that Watari has been killed. L is after them now. He's out for blood. He wants to kill Light and/or Mia. Mia has tricked Light to give her the Death Note. She's wrote his name in the Death Note. If you burn a page, that reverses it. There's a whole chase scene that leads up. The climax is that they get to a Ferris wheel. Mia wants Light to take Death Note, but Light has tricked her. He's put her name in only if she demands the Death Note. She'll die. He'll land in the water and survive. And we fucked up. I'm really sorry about that, guys, but unfortunately that is the end of the podcast this week. We did lose the last 10 to 15 minutes due to a technical fault. It was a fault so severe that we unfortunately lost both the primary recording and the backup recording failed on the last 10 or 15 minutes as well. We only noticed this when we came to edit it, which unfortunately left us with no time to go back and rectify this or re-record. We were actually debating whether or not to release this episode entirely, but in the end we felt it was better to release the 1 hour and 40 odd minutes that we had and not let it be spoiled by the omission of the final 10 or 15. But to sum up, Coryn and thought it was great. Me and Manimal thought it was bad. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. We will be back with a full season preview. Definitely with no technical glitches this time. We will make sure of that, guys. I appreciate your patience and thanks for bearing with us. Until next week, take care, stay safe, don't play in traffic, stay away from hurricanes and strong winds or just any natural disaster in general, and we'll see you on the other side.